Hello, everybody. Welcome to Harmony for Everfree Northwest 2021. Welcome to the first. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Harmony for Everfree Northwest 2021. Apologies for a second there. I had the stream open and hadn't muted the audio, so I was hearing myself for a second there. I needed to mute that. Yes, Harmony 2021, the first physical card event that's been happening in more than a year. They're just right now getting the pairing set up. From what I heard over the link, we've got 4 people signed up for Harmony this year. Relatively small event, but looks like they're getting ready to go. So I shall bring you the table now. Here we go. So we're jumping right into it. With only 4 people, they'll probably play it as a round robin style. I imagine they'll want to get as much content out of this as they can. And let's see what we're looking at over here. Who our players shall be. Harmony these days, you're looking at, well, actually, there's a lot of things. It's been a long time since we had a proper Harmony event, at least that I've seen. There's farm is viable. There's combo. There's aggro. There's control still. Kind of everything to look at. I am seeing a Chrysalis on the left, which is usually a slower control deck, and a Fluttershy on the right, which is usually a faster aggro deck. So this should be pretty interesting. Updating our overlay. Haven't caught our player names yet. Usually they put their badges on the table somewhere to make note of it. But yeah, Chrysalis, probably one of the more viable control mains out there these days. I'm pretty sure I'm hearing Diamond Song's voice. I'm over the link here. By the way, anybody in chat, please let me know if you can hear the conf just fine, as well as me just fine, and see everything just fine. Everything seemed to be set up good for me, but let me know. I have the chat open here. If everything looks good. What is the name? Oh, that's Jeff W. Okay. Goes by Instagram on Discord. Which would imply that our left player must be Diamond Song. Which makes sense. She has played Chrysalis before. Is relatively fond of the deck, I think. So we shall see what she has planned. Opening with second chance. And so hoping for that extra AT. And Jeff opening with Buckball. Okay. I will try, thank you, Anime. I will try raising the levels a little bit. I've increased the volume from the floor a little bit, so hopefully maybe you hear them a bit better now.
Like how many sides does it have?
Let's see. I have each one.
Okay, high roll.
Sure. I'm gonna head over there as soon as. Dang it.
No, I got a 2.
Yeah, doesn't the 3 mean I go first, or do I choose?
Oh, yeah.
Or do
No,
I
you
choose?
go first. I think.
It's always you go first.
Man.
All right.
Man.
The Diamond does win going first, means she won't get her extra AT, which is what she's disappointed about, but she will go first. So let's see what we can see in these opening hands. I'm seeing purple over in Diamond's hand and blue in Jeff W's hand. So this will be white. Well, control decks can always be weird. Could be a bunch of different colors. But it will be yellow, blue over on the right.
Well, yeah, I do have a few, but
And at least chrysalis purple over on the left.
My parents are arranging the house for an appraiser, and so they had to also fix my room up. So this is now my room.
I'll keep.
Yeah, I was supposed to be at her house.
Diamond taking the mulligan. Jeff
2 years later.
keeping his hand. He's got Loyal Pony. I believe I saw a rocket scooter in there as well. So he's got things to do. Ooh, Luster Dawn for Diamond Song. That is, and a Starlight.
California real estate is always rough.
So I would expect
Yeah, okay.
the aggro deck to probably have a bit of an advantage here. He's got cheap cards to play to get through Chrysalis's tax. And he's got like enough stuff to play that he can probably flip her over, sort of back over. And so it's really going to depend on when Diamond Song makes the investment to flip Chrysalis over.
Action tokens.
Naturally, with that deck, you want to flip her once and then keep her over, because as long as she's boosted, you're going to keep on
End turn.
frustrating your opponent with it, basically. Whereas with Fluttershy over there, well, Jeff is going to be focused on flipping her over, and if he can, which he can do next turn just by moving her up to Buckball there.
Let's bench both crow cards. Into yellow, right? Into yellow, yes, obviously.
Yeah, Diamond's thinking about Coloratura there. Gonna put, interesting. Flip right away for 3 with 1 AT left over. So
You don't normally choose a color when you banish crow card, but in Harmony.
we are
Two
2
actions.
actions. Let me see.
Draw.
Oh, a staff. So with that, I assume he's just gonna move Fluttershy.
Move my name
Yep. Flip her over.
and score phase.
Yep, go ahead.
Confront for 1. And Fluttershy flips.
Yep.
End turn.
Okay. Draw.
I do my best to keep track of the points here. Couple of things, a lot of things on my mind at the moment. So if this doesn't go well, then I won't do it for the core tournament. But do my best here.
I'll pay 2 for Luster Dawn.
Okay, Luster Dawn makes a lot of sense. And purple entry and a strong card in her own right.
Two
Alright.
action tokens.
So Jeff is probably just going to bank here. I assume he doesn't have anything that will get through Chrysalis's tax. He is okay with just confronting again. In the background, I can hear Bugle playing,
My action tokens go to score phase.
so I know that he is one of our other players at least.
Okay.
End turn.
Draw. 3. Or have 2.
Should be 318, yeah. So, normally what you do with Chrysalis is, or at least what I've seen done before, you set up AT generation on your side in the hope that you're gaining AT faster than the opponent is, and they have a hard time doing anything to break through Chrysalis's ability. At the moment, well, Jeff's going to have 5 AT next turn, which is enough to play his staff. He might bank again. He's still in an okay situation, so that he'll have enough to go all the way through and flip Chrysalis back.
Get points. I'll activate Luster. Actually, no, I'm not going to activate Luster's ability because I can't confront a second time. So, go ahead.
Okay.
2 action tokens. Draw.
So that Mare, that is the one that banishes resources when you play events, which is a fair play at the moment. Given that Jeff does have the staff in his hand, seems like a fair thing to have down. Jeff should have 5 AT right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be.
I think. Yes, thank you, Animoy.
Yeah, that'll draw for turn. Troublemaker phase nothing. Main phase. Let's get some more ads. Let's draw a card. Okay, that's good. Could do that, but I don't think it's worth it.
Just going to quickly advise the floor of that.
I could do that. That's kind of fun.
See if that goes through. But yes, I believe you're right, Animoy.
I think the correct answer this
Go
particular
just
turn
score phase,
is
attempt to confront.
You're good.
End turn.
Okay.
Oh, hand limit.
8 again. 1.
Fire friendship.
Okay.
Hand limit is a discard,
Glad
isn't
I'm
it?
not playing D&D.
Going to put a fire friendship into play. Presumably, he will make it blue.
Doesn't say draw.
That's what makes sense.
Discarding to hand limit is considered discarding.
Well,
Okay.
if you play Griffin, it could be.
Fire friendship, declaring blue.
So you do not have to pay
Good.
any taxes.
Makes sense.
You just dropped it.
Am I good to go?
Yes.
Okay, I will draw.
Did you get 3 the right number of action tokens?
Okay.
What?
Did you get 3 action tokens this turn or 2?
Oh, I missed one. Yeah, I only got 2.
You gotta fix that.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, they have corrected it.
This list is in your discard. Should be
I don't know if that would have changed his play this turn. Like usually, especially if he is thinking about playing 3 cards and flipping crystals over again, you need 6 or 7 AT usually to make that happen.
Let's pay that 3 for guidance counselor.
Simon, yep, guidance counselor makes a lot of sense. Not quite enough to confront over there yet, since her main is boosted.
I'd like to.
Yeah, let's just go to score phase. Time to confront those problems.
You said if.
You have 5 power there,
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go
5,
ahead
2,
and blind
3.
flip. I'm fine.
and
Hey,
while
that's
opponent's main character is boosted, we need
Probably
+2.
play one
Okay.
for staff.
Yes, so that is.
Yeah, so she'll confront second chance easily enough,
Just confront this one for point then.
We'll have to see.
and take an action token from Starlight. Not bad.
Saw Ganon AT play a staff.
Good point, Animoy. On even ground, on even ground is
Tokens.
scary in a deck with Chrysalis.
Uh,
I wouldn't be surprised to see it in her deck for sure. And now he's got 3, 6, 8 action tokens. I'm pretty sure Jeff will be thinking about playing 3 cards and flipping Chrysalis over here. And probably DFOing if he's playing 3 cards. He needs 7 power over there.
pays
If he plays a staff...
won the herd, but I won't pay the extra, so it's canceled.
Yep.
Okay. Did spend the AT for that, yeah.
That was closer than expected.
2 for
Okay.
staff.
Hold on a second. As an additional cost, play this card, discard 2 cards. I'm going to play that, discarding a Carbuncle and a Rara.
Okay.
Banish that.
Okay, banish the staff. Makes sense.
Not today.
Sure. No, I don't think that's worth it. If you win, you win.
I'm not sure. He had 8. Did Jeff pay for the the join the herd that got canceled?
3 for Fluttershy Bolt.
That's true.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's
Okay.
the 3rd card I attempted.
I'm not sure enough about that. If it, feel free to correct me, chat, if that's correct or not. But anyway, yes. 1, 2, 3 has played 3 cards, or attempted to play 3 cards, so that will put Chrysalis back over.
Roll once, and that's the card you keep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She could. And why? Thank you. Yeah. It would wouldn't have done anything. Just to. Oh yes, no. Yeah, she could have triggered to get rid of the fire friendship. Correct. Good point.
Rocket scooter.
All right.
All right. So, Rocket Scooter brings in 3 Pegasi,
Happens in the other box. I'll just
which
use
is not enough to DFO, unfortunately. Is 1 power short.
core phase.
Yep.
Confront here. End turn.
All right.
Play it or lose it.
I will draw turn, gain 3T.
Does have the, I believe it's immediate speed,
Start with an exhaust.
shifting.
Paired mandatory. Yes, it is. Ridiculous. Don't need more yellow cards. I'm not feeling it. Blind flip. Hey, that's the one.
I'll see if this works. I'm gonna pay 4.
Okay.
This will be Rara.
Okay.
Let's hit Pinky. Okay. Which Pinky? That.
Okay. So, Diamond plays a Coloratura.
Yeah.
He's still not confronting Buckball. Probably doesn't want to. I mean, the EFO is arguably not really what this deck wants to do. I need to look up what that Coloratura actually does. That's the one that you exhaust and it lowers a problem by 4, right?
Is that just a win condition? Yes.
I think so.
Okay, got it.
Which is why.
Thank you. Yes, okay. Oh, so she's basically doing Fluttershy better than Fluttershy is by this point. If she's got that card.
Just raw drawing the Destiny Dream is
Yeah,
your
I
advantage.
can't pull off the double
That card should
confront
not be
yet.
recurred.
So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust Rara, choose Buckball strategy. I need -4 wild power to confront that problem this turn.
Okay.
So how's that? So I think I only need the 2 wild power because.
Yeah, 2 wild power. She's right.
That's fine.
He isn't confronting second chance anymore, though, because her main's not flipped.
Yes, let's go square phase. I will attempt to confront.
Go ahead.
Triggers a face off, I believe.
But wait. Or, oh, wait. Is she stubborn?
I have 7 power.
I need to remember
I believe
my cards here.
I have 10 power.
Someday I will flip like
I see you're thinking about playing something, so in that case, I'm gonna wink.
Not terribly
okay.
helpful.
Well, then I can't play something. After all.
This is the turn where I'm gonna start.
Yeah, you play that, so
Yep.
it's too expensive now.
So I win.
You win the face off.
I don't get any points for it, but I want that problem out.
Yeah, I don't see how she's confronting second chance right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna keep the resources there. I can do.
She should only have,
vanish, but
like, yeah, she should only have 3.
neither of those yet. Oh, that's nice. End of turn. I'm going to exhaust Starlight to get an ET.
Well, I mean, well, definitely too late to undo it now. But I'm pretty sure she isn't confronting. Oh, I see. They did the single. Okay, sorry. My apologies. Yep. I see what happened. Good thing I didn't say anything to the floor then. Alrighty.
I will.
So
for
he's in a pretty good place right now.
Moving up this loyal pony.
Jeff. Diamond has the 1 AT left. That's a tough questions.
Good.
The 1 AT short.
Well,
Sorry, 1 power short at second chance.
and
So he only needs to put 1 power over there.
pay 2 for Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate here.
All
And
right.
that's enough. Now exhaust Fluttershy to tough questions.
Phase.
And he's looking at a lot of points.
Yep.
Confront here.
Yep.
So confront.
Yep.
Confront.
Yep.
Card.
8.
And that's DFO.
Lost track of points there for a second.
Yeah, you're overpowering me.
Yeah.
He has a choice to
You get 2 more
exhaust a
points.
Pegasus here to score another point to bulk and Fluttershy.
Retire one of these Pegasi to score a point off of Fluttershy and Bulk.
Very good.
I'm at 11. We're at
Yep.
5 action.
Takes him up to 11. Does need to resolve home limit here.
Turn.
Mm-hmm.
Discard it. Yes. Discard. Can't see this man.
And home limit applies.
Oh, did she? I didn't see that. I guess I've been looking at too many things. Didn't see her hand. But if she did have a wink, then yeah, probably would have been a good time to play it.
It's been
Go
so
away.
long since I've played physical. Game 3.
Given that he was about to score,
Okay.
well,
Uh,
yeah, 2, 3. He scored like 5 points there. So good time to try to prevent that.
Wait, you're playing 3 different colors?
I'm playing technically
Let's see here.
4 because this is 2.
I mean, Miss May is just there. She's a tool.
And it's technically blue in the sideboard, but it's just to find an orange card.
Alrighty. So you are. Oh, that's. Yeah, she did play it. Interesting.
You have troublemakers, but it's just I needed a troublemaker there.
Okay. Well,
For reasons.
either way, she's now down 8 points.
I'm not sure if I can pull this out. I'm gonna try. I'll hit 2.
Definitely needs to throw some walls up.
I am going to banish Fluttershy Bulk. Then banish a number of cards from the top of my deck.
Okay.
That for its cost. They cost 3, correct?
Fluttershy Bulk is a fine target for that.
1, 2.
Oh, there was on even ground. I saw it get banished off of her deck there.
Cost Mayor and banish your rocket scooter.
Okay, but I do get 3 Pegasus.
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
3 Pegasi off of that.
2, 3.
Arguable. There are only. With Fluttershy and Bulk off the table, there are only 3 points. Actually, no, only 2 because that's prospecting interruption. Yeah, so it's only 2 points for a DFO right now. So, theory at least, Jeff can't win next turn.
Let's exhaust Starlight game 1. Pay 3.
No.
The thing that I was
Gonna flip. Yeah, makes sense.
forgot that was part of the deal. Scoreface.
Pay 2 to move my main to my problem.
So, what do I see in Jeff's hand? I see that
Oh yeah.
one of those his friends are always there.
And I believe that will allow
Yes.
Like he probably doesn't. Well, he certainly doesn't have enough AT to get through Chrysalis. I don't think,
5 action tokens.
even with 5.
I almost missed
Draw. Well,
Oh, that's a bunyip. Perhaps I spoke too soon. Extra. Okay, so if he pays 2 for the bunyip, yeah, he can score 2 points just from confronting Mystery at Hope Hollow this turn. With Fluttershy's help. Might honestly want to just move Pirate Dash to frighten Coloratura as well.
2 action tokens to move Pony Pirate here,
Okay.
which allows me to frighten.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Doesn't have yellow for bunyip. It's been a long time for all of us since we last played physical pony cards. I appreciate all of the
+1
thank
to unsatisfactory work, Aurora.
in the chat. Unsatisfactory work for 2. Makes sense.
That's true. That is true. So I should miss it
that
just so you
won't
can
work.
eat your ice cream.
Oh well.
He was thinking of playing the bunyip as well, but also just realized he's missing the yellow.
score phase, exhaust
Line flip.
to attempt to confront here.
You're good to go.
I like her.
Okay,
She's good people.
I'm at 12 and
Oh, I already lost.
end turn.
Okay, I will.
Okay, takes him to 12.
3.
So if he can
There.
get that bunyip into play,
Looks like it's next.
still needs to confront both problems, and prospecting interruption is not an easy confront. So Diamond's still safe from losing next turn, I think, probably. She has her Chrysalis flipped. She has another Starlight in hand.
That one's not a trick.
It's a fine line she's walking. Oh, by the way, hello, Leo. Living Silver. I know you're
Play another Starlight.
this is your kind of deck. So any advice you can give me on how Chrysalis plays?
Fair enough.
Although, as I understand, your version is slightly different from Diamond's here, but
Dramatic Apology. Oh,
Chrysalis is Chrysalis.
Bad Pony Pirates. I will banish 2 cards.
Okay.
So 1 and 2.
Okay.
As I do that, I will exhaust Mirror Mirror.
Well, she's getting her removal going.
Okay.
Get rid of the Fire Friendship.
And go to score phase. Attempt to confront.
Go ahead.
I confront for a point. And in my turn, I will exhaust Starlight's game on AT.
Slowly. This is how Control is going to get back into this game.
Draw.
That's a Night Glider. And there is a... Nope, she exhausted Starlight, so there is no single face-off available.
To resolve this entirely first. Yeah.
Then activate.
Well, I get the choice to copy if I want. I think.
Which means, well, the easiest single confront is over at
Yeah, we could
Mystery.
like so many copies.
Uh,
My AT and your AT.
Yes. Okay.
he has enough AT to
Now I have the
pay the tax and get a bunyip into play.
this time as well.
To be fair, yes.
Pay 2.
Okay.
Attempt to play Friends, but let it be cancelled.
You go first.
Draw 2.
Draw 2.
Okay, right? So he's playing Friends Are Always There. Well,
This time I'll do it.
I can answer your question, Utopia. Bugle is playing purple
Okay.
purple control again
And
after the deck's been banned like twice.
Yeah, because
pay
Opponent may pay one. No, it's only you though.
1
right, but it's
for
copies of this card's
Trihorn
effect,
Bunyip.
which includes.
Okay.
Okay, puts bunyip into play.
That's 3 cards.
So I flip.
That's right, that is 3 cards.
Go to score phase. I exhaust Fluttershy
I'm
to
not
attempt to
gonna
confront.
You can confront that problem.
Okay. And I will frighten
Yep.
the Bunyip
That's fair. That's a good start.
Okay,
at 14.
scores 2.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
He's on the verge.
Game
At this
my
point,
5.
I'm just gonna know myself.
I'm surprised you didn't
Mirror.
flip Skystar first, so you could have drawn an extra card when you played. I know this one.
Okay, stopping 1 point here is going to be real tough because Jeff is confronting Mystery without doing anything on this board. Got the 2 Pegasi and Fluttershy at home.
Murder shells have arrived.
So you could try DFOing yourself
You want to look
to shove everything home,
fair?
You can definitely have that.
or you've got to take out some of those Pegasi.
Sure.
Flip again.
Again.
Would you like to look again?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, you can have that.
Okay.
Right. Oh, I know this one.
No, another one.
Yeah, but this time.
This time you get to draw 3.
Woo! Okay, I win internally.
3 AT left. She's going to confront
Has this in play than I do. I only have
Prospecting Interruption.
But do you know this one?
Ooh.
What does she got in that hand?
The friendly I know this one. I cannot draw cards, but would you like to draw cards?
I'm gonna skip this.
I don't know what's going on over
Okay.
there. They sound like they're having fun.
Alright, now,
Okay.
now
I
it's
know,
your
I
turn.
really have no way
I'll
of
score a point.
salvaging this, but I'll just play this out. Exhaust game 1.
Okay, exhaust for AT.
Cards?
Fronting doesn't matter.
You have to wait for my. Well, no. You wait until after that. Yeah. Fair
Let's just do random things at this point. I'll
Let's
pay
see
2
what
to
this card is.
unfrighten.
Oh, I don't want that.
Exhaust her to game 1.
Really?
I'm gonna throw your gift in the trash. I like her better.
Oh,
But she has presents.
Pay the last 3 for pistachio.
presents is a present.
I forgot to gain my 4 AP.
Okay.
Go to score phase.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm gonna come out of this with 6 points.
He confronts to 6 with no AT.
5 actions. until
Yeah.
draw
Jeff just needs to exhaust Fluttershy. And that should be it.
And for no reason.
Missing.
He's thinking of spending AT. It's purely for
Yeah.
Play
swag at this point.
I will get back.
2
That's the
for
other thing.
Yeah, I'll get back
canceling
oldness.
cheering.
Would you like to
3
get back a
for
card?
another Hulk and Fluttershy, and I can double confront.
Why not?
How do you? Yeah, you exhaust there.
Yes.
You don't actually gain points for confronting that problem, so all you need is the 6.
Yeah, but I'm at 14, so anyways, I can.
I know. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I
that's
didn't even
game.
play a card yet.
GG.
Standard
I've
stuff.
never seen a
All right.
point boost that big, and I should be mad, but I can't be.
No, I don't. Crap.
Judge.
But I know this one.
Not Chaser. I'm calling him.
Excuse me. Just took a quick drink there. So that's our first round.
From 1.
Uh,
I'm like, you're playing an aggro game. That's just the normal part of it. What's going on here? What's
Oh,
up?
The game's
we're
over.
finished.
The game's over. He won.
Yeah.
We're recording.
alrighty. So, well, I'm gonna make an educated guess and assume the Bugles game is gonna go to time. That seems
Take your hand, but again, I'm trying to minimize contact.
probably to be correct. But yeah, he did me the sort of courtesy
Expect that.
of sending me his deck list before the con. And yeah, it's the same old thing that he's been playing in Harmony for the last year or so, just without the cards that got banned last time. And he's changed the main over to spell for that as well. He told me basically that he's going to keep playing that until he loses a match with it, because he hasn't actually lost a match with that deck
Just at
ever, still. So,
I mean, 4 actions. Okay.
fair enough.
Straight to 11.
No, we never had 4 action tokens.
As to the game he's playing over there, not quite sure.
Not sure if you heard me say this. The problem is I don't have any physical staff's copies, so I can't put any in this.
So anyway, what that means is we probably have a little bit of time to fill from now till the next round starts. This tournament is, well, the time block was 3 hours. I assume we're going to do at least 3 matches in that time. With 4 players, that's perfect for a round robin. And I assume that's what they'll do. Which is, well, it means, actually, I guess if that's what they're doing, that means that we're guaranteed to see one of these players on stream again for the next round.
My pancakes I didn't eat for breakfast.
Or those tiramisu pancakes?
In the meantime,
What's for dinner?
I'm going to take this opportunity
I must say,
to
it's
say-
funny that I hear y'all talking about, oh, we should just communicate and sign when I actually know ASL.
that the document for Spirit Badges is now opened up this morning. So if anybody's here who hasn't gotten those yet, want to get yourself a sweet Rainbow Dash and First Mate Mullet promo,
He shot up
Plus
from 3 action
plenty of
tokens
others.
to 5.
just got to head on over there, fill out the form, and for free, Commentaries Magic will get you one. It's a great looking promo. It's a super relevant card in both Core and Harmony. Not going anywhere anytime soon.
5 in a single
You'll be seeing it during the Core tournament tomorrow,
but I can't be there.
for sure. And it's Sequester and Beyond, not print and play. Oh, there it is. It's on the table right there. So
I got one.
if your collection's full and you want
More shiny than I expected.
the alt art one, or
Like that.
if you need another one of those cards, then go ahead. Oh, here's some more promos as well.
More half-pipe dynamite for everybody. Oh no.
Look at this angry child.
Oh no.
Angry child.
She's a smug child. Thank you very much.
No, that one's the angry one.
Oh, that is angry. Oh
I
my.
still can't figure out how you use that card effectively. I tried. I think did I write a shark on it? I don't remember now.
I
Or
think the
tried to redeem it.
Yeah, as you can see, they have plenty of promos available. Got a whole
One
brick of
action
those
token, please.
wrapped up. So
Oh my god.
180, please.
I'm.
head on over to the Spirit Badge forum, sign up. I'm sure you'll get a whole bunch of cards that are going to be useful.
Exactly on the corner, which is why.
Because now you can play physically again with other people. If you go to a con and
Oh, I can show them a pretty card too.
Oh my gosh, what do we have to do to get an angry child?
There's a pretty card.
That's gonna be one of the.
Hugo, I believe, throwing down our Pinky Sense promo. Geez, Pinky Sense promo was
I don't
last
have my collection on me, so
for
I'm
Not
not
Nennels, I think, last year's event.
valuable.
Well, this pretty card.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought the Plushy Dice was gonna be.
Oh
like.
yeah, that one.
But I didn't expect it to be so shiny. So that's
What
positive.
was that about Pinky Sense promos? I have a few.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
the-
those hay bales.
yeah, those are cool, but
Apparently, this is now just show off your promos, the stream.
getting-
Which, hey,
Where is that? Have you ever considered
That's
getting Hoover
something worth doing.
The thorax. And the thing that I made cool before the pandemic happened.
and if it is show off your
Wish you could
promos,
say
the
let's
stream,
bring back so
then
much dread.
Aracat wins
So much drip.
all the time.
No dread. He said he dreaded playing me, and I intend to
so
keep
you're
it that
saying
way.
GP doesn't have any drip, huh?
He does not.
Oh,
I have drip. And you want to know why I have drip? Because I was using masks before they were cool.
Sequestria
I
Luna,
was using masks before they were cool.
Animoy, I'm not sure if Sequestria Luna was ever, like, officially
Yeah, I got one of those, like,
released.
as a gift from someone that
They were
never
surprisingly.
actually
Possible
played the game
spoiler.
competitively.
They were interesting to get.
But, hey, it exists.
You can't get those anymore.
But yeah, I'm doing
Didn't
a
you have to buy a magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
had
I
a
think
bunch
the
of
other
those
games
cards.
finished up.
Had a bunch of those cards and didn't really use them anymore,
I
so
don't hear
here, just take 'em. I have, and that was
it
one.
going anymore. So we should be having another one starting up here on stream shortly, would be the expectation.
Amusingly, if to have everyone on stream, either Diamond or Jeffrey needs to be on stream every single game.
Hey from the floor. We're holding up a moment for Grandpaws and Ivory to make their way back over here. They were representing Commentary as Magic at the opening ceremonies.
Okay, and they'll be participating then?
I'm gonna try to snap them in if they're up for playing. So, yep.
Okay. So if that'll take us up from 4 to 6, which means we'll be able to do, well, it'll be a Swiss rather than a round robin tournament, I guess.
We'll do an actual Swiss tournament. It'll be great.
And will
It's
it be?
It's been a while.
Yeah, for sure. 3 rounds, I guess then.
Yep, I think we can still do 3 rounds. Due to the late start and technical difficulties, I think we had provision for 4 rounds here. We may end up only doing 3, just for time reasons.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you heard it then. We're gonna have a short little delay while we wait for Ease and GP to rejoin us.
What is that?
I bought a Celestia statue.
Oh, I just heard Cheese come in.
Hello.
Not a textile.
So
My dumb.
shouldn't be too long then.
For a
Not
minute.
appearing in this statue.
What?
Like you said, I bought a Celestia statue and you're holding an empty pedestal.
Well, she's all wrapped up.
My dumb flank
It's
thought
the,
that was an urn
Spencer,
for a minute.
what was his name? The Russian, sculpture maker. Yeah,
Pleased that you all could come out and join us on this. Well,
That actually looks.
it's Friday afternoon, I guess, for most people. Still Friday morning on the West Coast. It is Friday afternoon for me. Um,
Some kind of,
whatever time it is for you, though, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're sitting in a beautiful day outside. Or if it's not, if it's cold and rainy, or otherwise dreary, then close the windows, get comfortable, grab a blanket, grab a hot beverage, and enjoy some pony cards with us. Some real pony cards for the first time in a long time.
5 minutes after you guys left.
I'm sure there's a microwave somewhere around here. I could blow it in for a minute or two.
So let's see. That means
Now it's impossible.
so I think the wins get paired against each other, and then the ties get.
And as a reminder, this Harmony tournament is really just a prologue, just a preamble to the big main event tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's basically floor to ceiling, pony cards all day long. The Core Continental Tournament.
Animal said in the pitch deck that he's having afternoon wine.
He did say that, yes.
Afternoon wine?
Yes.
Oh, damn. Is he here?
No.
This makes me sad.
We good?
Yeah, okay, so what we've got here is the pairings work, the printer is being a printer, which is to say it hates everything sapient that is not itself.
Haha, printer go burr.
No.
This is why you keep
No,
a gun
it's
next
not
to the
go burr.
printer.
That's the problem.
That's why you keep the gun next to the printer. No, you don't keep the gun next to the printer, that's bad.
Sorry.
That gives the printer a weapon.
Yeah.
Keep the gun on the other side of the room and shoot the printer.
Okay.
Anyway, I have pairings for the next round, which are Instagram versus Bugle, Diamond versus Grand Pause. Oh boy!
Yes!
I kind of, it's such a shame you were just on stream. I want to put
Yeah,
that
you
on
need to
stream.
keep her.
Straight,
you need to
straight,
put
straight,
only
straight.
put people that haven't been on stream.
And Kevin versus Ivory.
Okay, that would put Kevin and Ivory on the screen.
Okay.
Kevin and Ivory, okay, going on.
As announced, yep.
As long as they understand I have zero idea how to play this deck.
Cursed is going to
Oh,
enjoy this.
I'm letting you know. You have
Okay. As we just heard, it'll be Kevin versus Ivory
I
on
think
stream.
I
No,
have
I'm
a
serious,
high
though.
chance of winning
Sure,
this
I'll go on
tournament.
stream. It's not going to be pretty. I'm okay with that.
How's the glare? Have they said anything?
That's
We can do a
actually
few more.
pretty fun.
Wow.
I haven't noticed any significant glare. If you're listening, Aura.
Oh, I see
It
the
will
main. I know what you're running.
freeze.
That's not even
Yeah, hey Cursed, how's the...
Yeah, I have the wrong main.
Hey, Bugle, can I move?
Uh,
Oh,
seems fine.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Nah, you gotta sit in my lap.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
Hey, baby, wake up from your
No, that's
sleep.
Min.
Min doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, oh, I mean, she doesn't anymore, yeah.
No, I did. We watched the entire back.
Pronouns are she?
Yeah.
Good to know.
I should be mad. I am not mad. What the heck is
Min
that?
hasn't been on Rumble in so long.
Right. The fact that you even remember is, like, kind of amazing, honestly.
Oh, I see. Ivory's playing Trixie combo. Okay, that should be interesting.
Lemon Hearts plushie at BronyCon.
Oh, of course you would remember from that. Yeah.
So yeah, Trixie combo.
Beautiful idea ever.
Anyone not familiar? Relatively old deck. Or well, yeah, it's been around for quite a while now, I guess.
Definitely not yours.
Half a year or so. Built around reducing the cost of events, and then just playing a big long event stream, I believe during a face-off, that draws you a bunch of cards and gains you a bunch of AT. I don't remember. Oh, there's a new Trixie combo. Oh, Animoy, thank you for telling me. I did not realize.
Except for France, will speak English.
Then perhaps I am in for a surprise
Know the native language
to how this is all going to happen.
Because I know China is like that. Like,
I mean-
90% of people there speak English.
I mean, I'm sure there's some parts of like rural Japan where
Okay, no, there's parts of Tokyo where they will speak English. But
I'm pretty sure if you rolled up to like Hokkaido or Kyoto, they'd be like, you have to speak Japanese.
Yeah, like back, what was it? Gaijin.
And as for Kevin's deck, well, I see Skystar,
Like Kerr said,
and I see White Sleeves.
This is gonna be a
So,
very boring game. I'm
we shall
sorry.
see what happens.
is everyone ready? Cool, good. We're 45 minutes? Not 45, sorry. 35.
Alright, I'm gonna use this for points.
I feel like I'm probably just not even going to track Ivory's point total, because
Alright, I'll go first.
it's gonna be 0 for a long time and then go up very quickly.
Top that
If there's only a top 8, you might as well do the entire top cut tomorrow.
Your Trixie combo.
Why would you think that?
Oh, people have told me already.
Because there's literally no other reason to run this.
Oh, people told me already.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Kevin's hand here. Oh, I see a Grogar's bell.
I'm creeping?
I believe I saw blue.
Gonna go with no.
I'll risk it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with no.
Mulligan from Ivory.
Damn, that was smooth.
He is going first.
Oh, smooth enough.
There were corners within the others, and that's really all you need.
I'll tap it.
You said you're tapping? Alright.
I'll tap that.
Hilarious.
Oh, that's annoying.
Alright, but I'm first. So, calling.
Rainbow.
Strange Edition's blue. Sure.
What is the flip of this? Oh, okay.
I don't even remember actually the
No,
flip
not at
condition
all.
of
Go
Trixie
ahead.
is. I'm gonna look that up quickly.
Draw. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Ability.
Okay.
Let's see. 2.
When you play an event, pay 2. Okay.
Discard.
Sure.
Hold up real quick. Grab a stack.
Okay. And Kevin's gonna put a token into play off of infiltrating.
This is just gonna be blue.
Okay.
Blue token. Okay. Scarstar blue.
And then I draw from that.
Sure.
Enter.
And you discarded a Spitfire, which drew him the card. Okay. So, if you're right, Anemoy, that the Trixie combo is the same concept, then it's important that he start a face-off at some point. Although, well, yeah, so you flip the main over first, then start a face-off.
Go ahead.
Alright. 2. Draw. Angel Wings.
Okay.
Okay.
Angel Wings, good start
See a Pinkie Pie.
for what's presumably
Okay.
pink blue aggro.
You do have the ability to do that.
Yes. Draw a card. Reaction.
Not to the draw.
Okay. Attempt.
Yep.
Alright, go ahead.
Could be. Kevin's deck isn't really playing combo-y at the moment. I mean, discard the Spitfire for draw. Well, I mean, Spitfire was in regular Hot Wings anyway.
You have no AT?
Nope.
Oh, you're correct, Smithers. Thank you.
Oh my.
Right, he needs his opponent to start the face-off. Friendship summons. Okay, makes sense.
That's crazy.
Pays 2 extra. Flips the main over. Sure thing.
Tell me more.
Kevin. Wait until you're away from the camera.
This is why I'm not a public figure.
You're not. Next time we'll make you walk across the stage.
No, please don't.
It's okay, GP did all the talking, I just existed.
Right. So, he has a Twilight. That is the one that searches your deck for a troublemaker and puts it into play.
Enough.
Face up, I think.
Just cover more up.
Okay.
You don't need to see. Thinking.
That is one possibility, Anemoy. I was thinking about that. The Tyrek that forces your opponent to challenge, which would count as Kevin starting the face-off, even though it was another modifier that made him do it. Oh, yeah. I just saw a skipping class that he drew there. So this might very well be Living to Laugh combo from Kevin.
So how was your event anyway?
Event.
Yeah. Did it work out?
Us going across the stage. Yeah, it was fine.
Very specific to My Little Pony.
Mm-hmm.
This is the My Little Pony collectible card game.
Is it like Pokemon? Or is it like
A little. Just a bit more complicated.
In the sense of like CCP, yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Another one to draw.
I'm redrawing a bit. I'll be interested to see. Like the old, I don't remember how the old Trixie combo did it. Force the opponent to start a face-off. Might have just been with some troublemakers. But he is going to Twilighting.
I wish this was streamed. This would have been really fun to get this streamed.
Pretty much operating under a different fandom name for a while now.
A pretty big mid of cards already. Be doing some discard to hand limit at the end of this turn, probably.
I'm super excited to actually be here to enjoy the performances. I haven't done that since the first Everfree. I've been staff or just absent every year since. It really bums me out that we missed last year because I was like, I had an hired
King a lot. I think that was the other Twilighting that he put on top.
$3,500 set aside for the con, and I like
Twilighting.
No, he took it.
Wow, you must really like Twilight, Trixie.
I see Bugles here.
Bugles here. We got Jeffrey's. I don't know if you.
I saw Jeff in the hall just now.
Okay, so Jeffrey. No, not Jeff. Jeffrey. He is right here. I don't know if you know him. You're good.
I'll be interested to see this deck list. Well, I guess I'm not going to see it till the con's over, probably, unless someone's kind enough to link it to me. Well, it would appear that Ivory's searching for one of a couple of specific cards in order to get things moving here. I see a lot of events in that hand, which makes sense. That is how Trixie works.
I'm here with a couple of friends I recently have met online.
All flying to deal with Twilight too.
They're a couple of twin sisters who are autistic, and they really need somebody who's just mature and capable of handling them melting down.
I think he's just thinking about what to discard for hand limit right now.
I have at least two other people helping out too. So. It's just really rough here. They're nice people. They just have problems.
I don't want to draw that card, so let's just go score.
He's got a couple more. I think he's at something like 9 or 10 cards in hand. That's the two that are on the table there.
Unfortunately.
Oh, I had no idea.
That's probably one of the big reasons, though, I won't be.
Go ahead.
Okay, so before that, I'm gonna use surprise party knots.
You don't have to reveal it to me.
Well, I'm gonna do it for the husband. Yeah, that's fine. Because I'm gonna discard it anyway.
Okay, surprise party notes. You saw a Spitfire on top of his deck, on top of Kevin's deck, that is. Oh, I see. He's running Griffin combo. Okay, now it makes sense. That is the Gabby that you confront and you discard your whole hand.
Or you don't have any AT, huh?
I have one, and I will copy.
Alright, that's fine. And then discard pile, draw.
Kevin has the Unity 7 to draw again off of, I know this one.
Alright, attempt.
Yep.
Ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7 right there.
Yep. And then
Right,
you'll draw
one of them's a Spitfire, so he'll draw lots of cards.
9.
Yep. One more than he discarded, plus one for the Spitfire. 9 cards.
Discard that for a hand limit. That's correct, right? Yes. Okay, then draw. Then while I'm at it, that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. discard that for hand limit.
Living to Laugh combo is pretty
And technically, am I
well.
allowed to play things immediately?
We're in the wrap up step.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
You're fine.
Almost necessary to keep count of how many cards are left in his deck, but the stack is starting to look narrower.
No, I don't want to keep that then.
More relevant, probably, to keep track of his pink in play, which I believe, since Gabby is 3 and that's a blue token, that'll be 3, 5, 7, 8 total. Total at the moment. If you flip Skystar, that puts 6 more into play, take him to 14. So he is still 1 pink short, realistically, of hitting Unity 15.
You're at 3 points, by the way.
Oh, understood. Thank you.
Read the manual. Read the manual.
But even so, Ivory built himself up a big points, a big amount of AT. Ivory is, of course, doing the math in his own head, looking at the opponent's deck, understanding that it's getting a little close here. But Trixie, being an OTK combo, can turn it around in an instant if she can find what she needs.
One to draw.
He is down in the vendor hall right now. Is he vending anything or what? Is he vending in there? Or is it just... No, he's buying something.
Pretty good intro, by the way. I mentioned before we started that.
One. Rush makeover into let's get this party started. Obviously calling pink.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that Harmony can be a very diverse metagame. You see pretty traditional matches like the one we had before. You see combo v combo sometimes.
It wasn't a messy split, at least. It was very amicable.
I think he's thinking about Twilight's Epiphany. Yes.
Draw 3.
For more draws.
And I'll move Gabby home.
Okay.
Draw 3.
Okay, that's yep, that is the T-Rex Troublemaker I see in Ivory's hand right there. So there's his face-off. Presumably. One way of doing it.
I still have pink, so I think he's present. Draw 4.
Present to draw 4.
I didn't sideboard. I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's okay. I made this like last minute, so I don't even know if this will actually work.
Out of curiosity, did you sideboard?
No. I didn't even think of that.
Players need to remember the start of game procedures. Ivory revealing that he is playing with a 50-card deck by accident. And, well, Kevin, I don't know if he even built a 50-card deck or not.
Very bad. You're probably gonna draw your deck before I have a chance to do anything useful.
At a glance, I would guess that Kevin is probably around 20 or 25 cards left in there, given the amount of draw he's had lately, which is definitely getting into the danger zone for a, for a Living Galactic and Core, that's getting into the danger zone. For one in Harmony, yeah, for sure. He does, remember, need to spend 3 AT to put Living to Laugh into play, and 2 AT to flip Skystar to generate more pink, and he also needs 1 more pink in addition to that. Last AT, Ivory was thinking of playing the Troublemaker, I'm sure.
Go
Instead,
ahead.
he just discards a bunch of stuff.
Draw. Gain action tokens.
Only 3.
Oh, right. There we go. Thank you. 50 cents.
Right.
Sure.
He sense very good in living to laugh combo. Discard Spitfires, put Fire of Friendships into play. Just putting a card on top of his deck. So he's using it to keep something because he's going to play
Yep.
Giving Class or something.
My hand. Discarding 6.
Well, yeah.
Draw 7.
So he's using it to keep a living to laugh probably or something like that. It's 6 draw 7.
Alright, go ahead.
Draw.
Now, well, yeah, I think probably about 15 or so cards left in that deck now. If Ivory is relying on his Tyrek, he needs to play it this well, yeah. He either plays it this turn and then it flips over next turn.
Rushed into. Let's get this party.
Rushed into party.
Can I see your discard?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, that's 200% worth it.
Oh, that's a misfire then he's thinking of playing right now, I expect.
Legacy Leech.
Ah, Legacy Leech. Ooh, boy.
Banish any number of events.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 AT.
There's a few that I do want to keep.
Oh, I see. At most, 18 AT.
Events gain 1 for each event vanish. Discard card this way, then
And then he's going to draw a pile of cards off of
oh, okay. So
Kevin's deck as well. Legacy Leech, such a huge combo finisher. Because, well, in both core and harmony,
9, 10,
combo decks
11.
tend to run a pile of events.
Yep, I'll banish 11. And
Right,
for
11.
you,
So
I'm
net
banishing
plus 8 AT for Ivory.
which is a lot.
Yeah, so I'll draw. I'll gain 11 AT. So that's 5, 10, 11, and draw 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'll gain 11 and draw 11.
Drawing 11 cards, Ivory. That's probably most of his deck, one would assume. Got a few cards left. Maybe 6 or 7. Remember to put that Legacy Leech in your discard pile, Ivory. There you go.
Okay.
Well, I got rid of 1 power.
Well, presumably that's the intro to doing something big.
He said so far.
I am, yes. Nice to see you in person. Yeah, you too.
Enjoy some of the fun.
I think I may have severely misplayed.
Oh, that's a problem. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, maybe. Because this has to happen.
Okay. Definitely thinking about that Tyrek. He's got a way to put it into play face up. Then, well, he has to play it face down, which will take a turn before it goes anywhere. We'll be discarding a lot of cards. 7 cards in deck. I was close. Oh, I guess, right. He left cards in deck because presumably he's going to reshuffle with a juggling routine or something. No, he has a living to laugh in deck. In hand, okay. I should probably just shut up because I clearly don't really understand how this deck is trying to win.
Where's the other one? I'm rush makeover into pink. I'll rush makeover into white as well. Spectacle.
Okay, Spectacle to return something to his hand.
Back into my hand.
Legacy Leech, okay.
Play the
Leeches
Legacy Leech.
again.
I believe I have.
You have no more events, so I will simply be gaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more.
Okay. 6 plus 6 AT total. So he's gained a total of lots of AT this turn. Oh, big hand size for spontaneous song and dance. Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cards in hand.
Yes, and that should be just lethal. Or sorry,
Yep.
win.
17 pink tokens.
I'm used to thinking in Hearthstone terms.
At home.
17. He plays Living to Laugh. He has enough AT to draw his deck out. So that should just be game.
No events.
And may as well just play the vote to insulate himself. Why not?
Living to laugh. Five, six, seven. I draw the rest of my deck.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. That's game.
Yes, I couldn't find. I did not find a join the herd. I can't go off without join the herd. That's how it be sometimes.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, based on the commentary, I expect that it's that deck is supposed to do it Trixie style.
No, you would have won next turn.
No,
In-
I didn't have enough.
I think you did.
No, I had. I was over by 4 cards.
Also, GP, I forgot the sideboard.
Yeah, supposed to do it Trixie style at immediate speed in a face-off. But that's the beauty of Living to Laugh. And that's also the beauty of, well, somewhat ironically, I was going to say, that's the beauty of knowing your deck inside and out. You know how it wins and how to get there without without necessarily doing the main thing. Except that, as we heard, Ivory just picked this deck up this morning. I guess that's the benefit of being an experienced player and knowing that sort of stuff.
I did. And then I was like, once I did that, I'm like, wait a second. Has anyone gotten the printing Living to Laugh, bro? Just draw the rest of your deck.
Fair enough, I suppose. You have the deck on you.
Alrighty, so that's round 2 done. As we heard earlier, it's going to be one more round to go. Presumably, well, if we do, the only 2 players we haven't seen on stream yet would be Bugle and Grandpaws. And we know Grandpaws was playing Diamond Song this round, so hopefully the 2 of them come together in the last round. I mean, it's a Swiss tournament, so who knows? Matchings will work out the way matchings work out. But they're the 2 players we haven't seen on stream yet. It'd be nice to have them. I have it on good authority that Grandpaws is playing the same combo deck as Ivory is. And I also know that Bugle is playing Purple Control.
11:20 remaining.
Based on that, she's just given us there. We got 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in the round. And as stated, Bugle's deck is going to go to time. So we have ourselves 10 minutes to go still.
That was also a double Living to Laugh match, I just realized.
I see. You had a little bit of practice, Animoy, against that deck. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I guess, strictly speaking, we didn't get a proper demonstration of it on stream, given that you kind of pulled off the win con by an unorthodox manner. But I think the basic idea of it came across, and the demonstration of Living to Laugh, or sorry, of Legacy Leech, is something that we should remember as we go into the core tournament tomorrow. Because, well, Living to Laugh decks play it for functionally the same reason in core. As I am 15 cards or so off my win con. I just need a pile of AT right now to suddenly go off when you didn't think I was going to. Their deck is like 2/3 events, so makes sense. Play that, gain 10 AT, draw some number of cards. Your opponent's going to have played some number of events over the course of the game. And yeah, used for functionally the same purpose. It's it's a good card. It's a good card. Who'd have thought? Legacy Leech, good card.
So the deal with the stickers is there's a company called Sticker Mountain.
Yes, Sticker Mountain.
Sticker Mountain. They did not give us their business cards, but basically we're giving these out.
They're very nice stickers.
They're very nice stickers.
They're also completely clear.
Oh yes, I'm well aware of that, Ivory. You're playing Trixie Main. You wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't a face-off combo. We're getting a little demonstration. Well, some more product placement on stream. Some special Commentaries Magic stickers. Presumably also being given out to attendants of the con. Don't know if the Spirit Badge will give you some of those. Although I'd have to assume they probably have a whole bunch of them. And so maybe, who knows?
So if you sign up for a Spirit Badge, we'll give you one of these things too.
There it is. Sticker with the Spirit Badge as well. I'm just going to drop the Spirit Badge link in chat again. There it is. There's the form. Head on over there, provide your address, your name. There's an option for picking which set's worth of old promos you want. And you'll also get some of these nice stickers. Put them on your laptop or your fridge or your wall or whatever to demonstrate your allegiance to these wonderful people who are organizing these tournaments and providing all this beautiful content for you. So, still a few minutes to go. I'm interested to know, I guess, folks in the chat, what are you most looking forward to seeing tomorrow, the core tournament? We have seen, based on Tim's stream from a couple weeks ago, we know there's going to be some Reanimator there. Grandpa's and Cheese playing that. We know there's going to be some Living to Laugh combo, courtesy of Ivory. We don't know for sure, but I have it on. Well, I mean, we know that Pancake is going to be there at the con. He is a known and notable farm player. Not difficult to expect. Give me some of that. And we have a number of other players who could be playing a number of different things. So I'm interested to know. What are you looking forward to seeing? Or maybe just great games from great players with great commentary. Hopefully. Hithrock's going to be here with me tomorrow, so no worries about that. He will have the insight, and I will have, well, more of this, I guess. And there will be content Sunday as well, for what it's worth. Haven't mentioned that yet. All day Saturday, and then Sunday morning as well. A little bit, the last rounds of the knockout. And there will be a core popper tournament later on Sunday. I don't know if that's going to be streamed or not. It wasn't, Sim didn't put it in their streaming schedule, so I guess not at the moment. But that potentially could change. Okay. Our production just letting me know now that as things currently stand, core popper may indeed happen. So fingers crossed, I guess. Far be it from me to rely on any technical matters holding up. Who knows? But at least as circumstances currently stand, it may indeed happen. Right? She's just telling us that it is a little less than 4 minutes left to go until time.
And I brought my Bath and Body Works sanitizer, except it's a year old, so it's vampire blood.
Yeah, Anemoy. For what it's worth, I've actually been told that they are. It is actually this stream currently is being brought to you over hotel Wi-Fi, not cellular data. So at least at the current moment, that is not a limitation. Hooray for working hotel Wi-Fi.
And weirdly, there's a lot of them that are just random commons, uncommons I sometimes don't have, like in Crystal games. I somehow don't have a copy of Breezy Floors.
Kind of based off the World of Darkness, and the World of Darkness, when it's good,
yeah.
it's very, very fine tuned. But also ridiculous at the same time. And Rome just doesn't have the fine tuning, I feel.
So yeah, a couple of minutes, and then there's going to be some amount of, I guess, 5 minutes of Fugel's match going into soft time. And then I assume they'll get us relatively directly into round 3 from there on out.
Maybe I don't want this to be chilling in here. I'll go check again later.
I have no idea.
Oh, but he knows where to find it, though. I told him.
And the people who are at the con, well, they'll be. There's a couple more sealed events taking place later today. Those won't be streamed, unfortunately. Limited events don't work quite as well for streaming as constructed events generally. Although, for what it's worth, if they are on hotel Wi-Fi, maybe they'll throw it up. I'd say probably not, though.
Are you streaming?
Yes, it's all live.
Well, I hope he cut it to the I hope it's not just showing the.
Meticulous up to 3 times.
I guess, given that we have this little bit of moment to ourselves as well, I'm also going to take a moment just to make a note that Commentaries Magic very much appreciates the donations of its generous patrons over on Patreon. If you would like to know more about how to support Commentaries Magic and all the beautiful work they do, I'm just going to drop their Patreon link in chat as well. So you get a moment, head on over there, take a look at all the beautiful perks you can get. This stream is, as mentioned, going over hotel Wi-Fi. That isn't always the case. Usually it's cellular data, and that's not cheap. So they appreciate all the support from their beautiful viewers out there like you.
Streaming as well. Are we comboing? Do I need to actually like do the hard time timer?
I love it.
We also appreciate support from beautiful commentators like you.
You are too kind. So we did just hear the call of soft time. Going to be a couple of turns left to resolve. For what it's worth, actually, folks who are in the chat, do you think, like, I've changed the overlays a little bit this year to show the mains and the archetypes of the players as they're played. Is that something that's appreciated? You'd like to keep that for the core tournament, or is it not a big deal?
I don't have any of the new cards printed.
I mean, it's easily fixed. Yeah. You also don't necessarily have to professionally print them. You could at home print them and then just slip them over some commons.
No, I find that icky. So I would have to get them professional printed. But if you want, if you're looking for cards, I have those that
No, he was telling you to
selling.
see.
Fair enough.
Are we getting this next match?
Hey, I believe Bugle's match is done, so we'll just be getting our pairings sorted out here.
Ivory versus Bugle.
Let's see if I can make it happen again. Probably not, though.
Instagram versus Graham Foss. Kevin versus Diamond. Who hasn't been on stream? I think Instagram and Grand Paws.
Every single one of those pairings has been on stream.
Instagram has been on stream.
Have you been on stream?
I have not been on stream.
That would put me on twice. Are you okay with that?
I think no matter what, we're gonna have someone on twice.
Correct.
We're already on stream, right? Yeah.
So I think you put the undefeated on stream.
Yeah, we can do Ivory and Bugle.
Okay.
Okay. As Bugle pointed out, we're going to have the undefeated match on stream, which means Bugle is at current undefeated. Which, I mean, I guess you probably could have guessed that, but fair enough.
Don't worry, I'll sideboard this time.
As mentioned,
How long do you think it took them to respond to that on stream?
Respond to what?
Me calling her better than...
Bugle did me the honor of sending me his deck list, so I'm just going to give it right there in chat. If any of you guys want to peruse it.
Yeah, the delay is actually not too terrible.
Probably not super surprising. It is purple control, pink, a little bit of white.
I don't know that.
Who'd have thought?
I do actually have.
He is playing against
power.
Trixie combo that we just saw last time.
And then there will never be another face-off again
So,
unless you cause it.
Let's see.
Exactly enough power in the deck.
Let me start all of the face-offs against that deck.
Yes, please do.
Let me exhaust my what is it called?
Now the interesting thing is a Bugle. Well, he is playing Spell for that, which is maybe a little bit unorthodox for a control deck. But it is for a deck that's full of events.
What do I do against?
It's not a bad idea. Looks like Ivory is remembering to sideboard this time,
The correct opening hand and then win.
which will help.
I would really prefer not to do that
That's
again.
harder. Because I have fireworks. You have to play the vote first.
I actually really wish Gyro was in this deck.
Yeah, you do have the votes. Wait.
If it makes sense, it makes sense. Crap, I don't actually know how you sideboard against this, like, at all. Well,
Okay, I left my sideboard over there.
actually, no, that makes
Combo
no
versus
sense.
control is a weird matchup. Well,
Like,
all
why
matchups
does
are
this
weird
deck
in
only
Harmony.
45 cards. I need this card. That card's important.
I think they decided because of the fire, they
Oh, that's a good point. I actually do want to keep that card. Okay,
Santa
so that's
Barbara County
4.
So
Oh, do I keep?
Starlight in California
Interesting.
in August.
And this, is this the first
You guys are sideboarding.
physical sideboarding we've like ever seen on stream? I think it is.
Y'all are.
I think this is the first time we've ever actually seen the sideboard rule implemented
Yeah, I do
on stream.
actually favored.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, sideboarding this is actually really hard. Because those actually have to stay in, don't they?
I don't care if you get where this one. You have like the.
But they eventually arrive at their 5 cards.
Well, no.
Yeah, whatever. That'll work. 5 cards.
I guess I didn't think about it, but Bugle, playing his toolbox deck, is well suited to having a hand with no duplicates in it.
Even or odd?
Odd.
Everyone has guessed odd and everyone has been wrong.
That's okay.
I just think it's funny. That's a 1 in 8 chance.
Okay, both starting trade editions, which is expected and normal. We know. Let's see. Ivy chose blue, I believe, last time. Bugle, I expect will choose pink.
Everyone start, go. Hurry up.
Mulligan.
You'll be done by now. It's okay. Okay.
Me too.
Both mulling. That's probably advantage Bugle. He is the inevitable deck. He is
So you're 2-0.
the later that it takes Ivory to get going, the better for him.
GP knows how to play this deck far better than I do.
It's not that much you need to know.
Humble and penitent Trixie.
I'm gonna put all of the rainbows on the bottom of your deck.
Bugle, yeah, pointing out there, the uneven grounds are huge for Ivory.
This is awful. I'm gonna choose pink.
Okay.
He does
I don't
choose
have
pink.
to call
Okay.
Until my turn, do I?
You do, because the rules changed.
Okay.
Well, not the rules changed. The card got a rot up because of
it was dumb.
nonsense.
Yeah, I call blue then. You said you call pink?
Yep.
Rainbow Shine off the top.
Rainbow
Excellent.
Shine if I needed to.
Okay.
I really want
Wow.
to.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Wow, wow, wow,
Mistmane,
Okay,
Discord,
definitely getting rid of...
Barrel.
Jeez, I don't know what you get rid of there.
I'm definitely popping your trading traditions though. In 2 turns.
Right.
Fast turn.
Has enough ink for it. Yeah. Does need 3 AT to get rid of.
For it, you know?
Oh,
Out of curiosity, why did... Oh, you showed your hand from the...
I...
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Thanks, Anna. Well,
Had to play Rainbow
let me see. Let me see if I can read the flavor text.
Rainbow Shine.
Okay.
Threaten that belly flop that you do in fact know is in my hand.
Could be. Definitely an ultra rare of some kind on his t-shirt.
Go ahead.
Game 2, ready.
Blind flip?
Blind flip.
It's a singing
Oh
barrel.
yeah!
Ooh, free
Yeah,
singing
free
barrel.
barrel.
Good stuff.
Do you even care? I don't think you care.
Not this turn. I'm gonna play it though. I'm gonna choose yellow.
Okay, you have yellow. What pony tone are you putting back into your hand with that?
None.
Are you actually doing anything this turn?
No, I'm not gonna do anything.
Why not?
Draw for turn.
Okay. So yeah, Bugle, as stated, he's building up his AT to play Discord and get rid of that train traditions. So I don't know if Ivory has a way to actually lock in his blue. But he does have 2 rush makeovers in his hand. So
Go ahead.
not super concerned about losing his train
Time to get rid of
traditions.
that train traditions, most likely. Blind flip. It's a troublemaker.
Yeah, play. You're definitely gonna want to use Airy Maceby.
Our Muspie's actually great.
Yeah, it is. Do you have 2 of them?
Nope.
Well, dimmadarn then.
We are, however.
Oh, 2 for Discord, 1 activate his ability.
Yeah, Discord's fine. I'm at 1. I can't do anything about that.
We'll put the correct problem on top, even though it's probably not going to matter unless I find the other Discord.
Oh yeah,
we're
you resolve that first, and then you pop. It just replaces, right?
Hold on. I could score a point. I don't think that's worth it.
So
yeah,
you-
it just replaces. Yeah.
Alright. Blackmail.
Damn it!
Ooh, suddenly blackmail.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Blackmail brings out the worst in everyone. It's fine.
That just means.
Well, that changes things a little bit.
Pass turn.
Alright,
Score a point.
I'll get a point. This is the most you could
I mean, that was the risk.
I suppose. Draw for turn.
Well, inevitability is no longer Bugles to have.
Okay.
So, as before, Ivory does still need to find an event and play it to flip Trixie over. And he does have Rush Makeover in hand, although he probably doesn't want to waste that on
1
flipping Trixie.
for rush makeover.
Okay.
Naming blue. I will pay 2 to flip Trixie.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Have
I
anything
pay
to-
1 less to play first card with that color. So I will pay 2. Read the manual.
Manual, sure. That makes sense.
Banish.
Oh boy. I'm gonna exhaust Rainbow Shine.
Okay.
Zero it out.
Let's draw a card.
Okay.
To draw. That was a Sonic Rain Boom off the top. An important card. As Ivory mentioned last turn, he needs Join the Herd to get up to 4 power on Trixie in order to play that Sonic Rain Boom. Don't know if he has one in his hand right now.
For another read the manual.
Yes.
That's a good card to have drawn.
Let's draw again. And again.
Okay.
So, in terms of the opening moves, Ivory appears to be making progress. He had Legacy Leech in his hand as well. Banished a lot of events so far. Okay.
Fair enough. Get it out now.
Plays his
Thank you
T-Rec.
for-
Thank
You're
you
up.
for. Okay. We want that card, but not right now. I don't think we can play it. Game 2. Draw a card. Blind flip. Doctor.
Okay.
I don't think I can afford to play the doctor here.
Okay, so Bugle. Troublemaker in his hand. Couple of barrels.
Correct pass.
He's just going to pass.
I got it working. I am at 2
I'm
points.
not out of this game yet.
I am at 2 points. We are game
gonna
3
be
now.
back in
I
a
will
bit.
draw for turn. Troublemaker phase. We reveal T-Rec.
Unsurprising.
I'm actually gonna take this up to the room.
that. Okay.
Twilight's Epiphany. Alright, Ivory has Ivory has a fair amount of draw. He can start loading up his discard pile with events that'll turn to AT later.
Let's pay one to draw.
Zeroed out. That's probably not important since he has the Troublemaker in play already.
One more to draw.
Okay.
One more to draw. More to draw.
What is he looking for? Looks like he's going to rush makeover into something right now.
One more.
I'll rush makeover into pink. I know this one.
Okay.
Draw two. Do you want to copy the effects?
Yes.
Google will copy. Know this one.
I will copy the effects.
Okay.
Google. Going to copy it again.
I'm not copying it again.
Okay.
I'm going to exhaust your ambition.
Sure.
Thank you, Anamoy. I believe that's correct. That blackmail is interesting. It's actually going to inject extra AT into this game because normally these guys wouldn't be confronting or doing anything, but Ivory's now scoring points. They are now at 3 AT per turn, which that is advantage Ivory, I believe. He'll appreciate more AT to draw through his deck faster. Well, I suppose Bugle will appreciate the extra draws too.
I'm going to want to look at that after you.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's a legitimate point. I mean, I sure don't see a scorecard on Ivory's side.
Score phase, wrap up step.
Twilight. There's Tyrek. Okay. I no longer need to worry about Tyrek at all. That's cool. Legacy Leech is still a problem. This is interesting to say the least. Okay, cool.
Okay, he does have a scorecard. Makes sense.
Go ahead and misfire.
Misfire everything.
That's how misfire works.
Okay, misfire to guard against the Legacy Leech, which makes sense.
You paid 0 for that, right?
Paid 0.
Okay. Just making sure.
I drew it off of the I know this one. I was quite pleased with that.
We're gaining 3.
We are gaining 3. Thank you. That's why I grabbed 3 that I then put to the side and didn't.
It happens.
Blind flip.
Yep. Okay, Magicite.
Magicite. Yeah, that's not getting played anytime soon.
That's opposing friends only, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Troublemaker.
We know that's the Aramasfi. Or wait, maybe not.
I think we're going to. Is that safe? I want to make absolute positive that's safe. Let's see. Start of the face off. Right. Okay. It should be safe. Okay. 3, 4. That's not how that works.
He's thinking about Mistmain. Does need white first.
Yeah. I've got the rush makeover into white.
On Twilight?
On Twilight.
Okay.
Pay 3. No, pay 2. That's how the card works. Will Mistmain get back? Misfire.
Yep.
Scores 1.
Score point.
Mm-hmm.
Ivory, of course, has no cards in his discard pile. Misfire is pretty important. Bugle is well aware he needs to deny a big Legacy Leech to Ivory, so
I'll get him.
makes sense.
Draw. Okay. So this has to resolve before this flips, right?
No.
Uncover step happens before.
For this troublemaker.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure uncover step happens before figures have a chance to process. In troublemaker phase.
I promise you, there's 0% chance I'm going to challenge Chiric, even if I'm wrong on that ruling.
Because you'll just belly flop.
Because I'm just belly flopping, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyhow. So,
Sure, that's fine.
Your banish file, rather.
Ivory, well, he's going to be thinking of, well, drawing more cards. As Bugle stated, there's no way that face-off is starting.
End of turn, I'll discard Legacy Leech.
Card Legacy Leech. Sure thing.
Okay. Start turn, game 3, ready, blind flip.
Oh, another free barrel. Who'd have... I mean, he has all 3 barrels in his hand. Rogar, you were right, Anemoy.
Shouldn't have placed her there. I was thinking I can then start confronting with her. It's like, right, but you get scared first.
I mean, you have the AT to unscare her and also get rid of Grogar.
Yeah, it costs so much AT to get rid of Grogar, doesn't it?
I meant like to rally her and then move something.
Okay, actually, a free singing barrel is not awful here because I've Doctor Who's in my hand. We'll pay
Okay, yep.
0 for
Free singing barrel into Hooves makes sense.
We'll return Ponytone to my hand.
Makes sense.
Think we want to play the Doctor first. Pay 2 for Doctor.
Sure.
Okay.
Exhaust.
Lost.
I don't know what this card is. This will be a mystery. Oh, it's exactly what I wanted it to be.
Para Sprite. Oh, wowie. Yeah, exactly what he wanted to be is right.
We will put a card on top of my deck and not cheat.
Yeah. It's like, what card do I want to get free next turn? Let's put that. Banish Grogar.
Well, no, yeah, because he's going to search and shuffle, so it's not what card he's going to get next turn.
Find a mysterious troublemaker of mystery.
It is either Rogar or Parasprite.
There it is. That mysterious troublemaker of mystery.
All right, there it is. Yeah, Parasprites are a big deal against any combo deck. He's going to have 2 of them.
Mysterious troublemaker of mystery. Pay 2. I could move Twilight, but it's fancier to... It's actually strictly better to rally this main here.
Okay.
Score phase.
Score phase is fine.
Confront for 1.
Yep.
And confronts. Turns off that pesky blackmail.
I think I'm in a good state now. With no T-Rex left in your deck. It's not a guarantee yet, but it's pretty good.
So yeah, T-Rex in the discard. 1 got banished when Ivory discarded it. So yeah, and Bugle shouldn't be so confident. Ivory won last game without playing any T-Rex. It is absolutely a thing which can be done. Although he's not getting to Unity 15 with Spontaneous Song and Dance, presumably. Well, I mean, he could. Rank the AT up normally. Those double yellow Parasprites will pose an issue, though. Now, Ivory, one has to assume is familiar with this deck that Bugle's playing. I would figure he knows what those are. Those troublemakers are, rather. So, Gotta think.
Two to move.
Two to move.
Does have to get rid of them. Can he single face off here? Possibly. Or perhaps he was just going to put Trixie there so that he has a chance to face off against that Parasprite.
Have you not been able to lock anything like that? What? Have you not been able to lock anything?
Can't find my secret weapon system.
Discard two.
Discards 2. Thanks for AT.
Yep.
Is not going to be surprised at all
Ready,
when
ready.
these troublemakers flip over.
Card for turn.
Gyro off the top is a pretty good one
Uh,
for Bugle.
again.
It has been his favorite card for years now, I'm sure.
Is that a third rush makeover?
Well, mechanically at least.
Why am I forgetting? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
For what it's worth, Bugle's hand, I mean, with 3 singing barrels, actually not as scary as
Draw a card and not reveal.
you might think.
Scrub. Wow. To be
But he
fair,
does have
Gyro right now.
that gyro. What is it? It's barrel, belly flop, rainbow shine, gyro, Aramosby.
One for gyro.
Right, gyro. And one event that is exactly what he needs right now.
Fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
I called it. Probably fine.
Chooses fireworks. And I'll freely confess that fireworks is still a card that I don't know how to use as well as I should. I believe that's another hooves he got off the bottom of his deck there.
We'll put. Scorpius.
Sure.
Gonna confront again this turn.
Pass turn.
And the game is tied. 3 points each.
Sauce range. Card in hand is 9, I assume.
Yep.
Yep.
9.
9 cards ahead, 2 random discards.
Zeros.
4 to 9.
4. 7. Okay.
Okay. On Green Boom and let's get this party started. Not super important discards for Ivory. The challenge? Definitely a scary challenge, knowing the Magicite's in hand. Knowing that Bugle stacked the top of his deck.
Flips.
Not before flip.
Okay. Move her home.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Knowing Bugle can get that Magicite back on top of his deck for free next turn. Dr. Who's is such a good card.
Draw 3 cards.
And
Oh yeah, that has 2 modes.
I assume you're going to move something.
Dr. Hooves home.
Okay. Dr. Who's home, which, why not? At least make Bugle spend some more AT if he wants to keep confronting. So, if you are Ivory, how do you win this game? I mean, I have to. It's real tough, and maybe I'd have to look at the whole deck list to know for sure. Bugle has that misfire. He's going to prevent Ivory from getting a big Legacy Leech into a spontaneous song and dance. presumably. You don't have your troublemakers left to do it the immediate speed way. Perhaps he has found something else to do.
Discard dramatic entrance. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to use Rainbow Shine.
Okay.
Misfire.
Well, okay. That misfire is gone. Bugle doesn't have another Mistmain to get it back, I don't think.
3. Line flip.
Alright.
It's their trouble.
Okay.
Boom. Draw a card. Oh no. Okay, so I would never play you. Never play you. Never play you because you're expensive now. Never play you because you're expensive. Most likely.
Oh, did Bugle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I have to assume he drew off of the misfire.
So pay this for 3.
I didn't check.
That's a 9. So that's
Another barrel back.
well, I mean,
Still having some pretty poor luck on his draws. Gonna get his Magicite back.
actually, is it? Let me ask. Cheese. Which one goes first? Spoons or the Chrissy? For taxing.
Sure.
Okay. Another one. This is a blind get back. It's a paper twy. That's appreciated. Although he doesn't have enough AT to play it, which is unfortunate.
Do you determine the cost?
Discard 2 singing barrels.
That's 2 barrels.
In front. Pass turn.
Which, I mean, why not? I guess so.
Oh, okay. So this.
Ivory's deck is, for what it's worth, starting to look a little narrow. I would guess 20 cards or so, maybe a little more.
Ignore zeros. 1.
That's another Sonic Rainbow.
I still don't like the wording on that rule.
Sure.
And a join the herd. Okay.
I'll challenge again.
Challenge again.
Draw a card.
Expectation the Bugle has. Yep, makes sense.
Oh wait, no, I still have 6. Sorry.
I'm assuming you're moving your own.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, by challenging, you at least force Bugle to have to do that again, which to some extent denies him a chance to look at other cards at the bottom of his deck, although he's got the 2 Who's now. It's difficult for me to see a path forward for Ivory here. Certainly not without knowing more about what's in his deck.
Just draw my deck. That's it.
Well, right now, there's no other misfire in play. So in theory, right now, he can put events into his discard pile, get a Legacy Leech at some point, play Spontaneous Song and Dance, and potentially win. Now,
Card over here is Chrysalis.
if Bugle,
This is the last round, right?
Presumably.
I'm assuming it is.
Yeah, we're only doing 3 rounds.
I hope we're only doing
right,
3 rounds.
presumably, well, Bugle's either going to find another Mistmain, because he definitely only has 1 copy of Misfire in there. Yeah, as Living Silver points out in the chat, the original version of the deck did have immediate purple movement,
+2.
so that you could force a single face-off or a double face-off in a situation like this. Thank you, Animoy, on the point tracker.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm going to have Hithrock helping me out on these points, presumably.
I don't even think Cloud is
Move the hooves.
Ivory keeps on drawing, and moving hooves home.
Collecting a
Makes sense.
Hooves collection over here, I see.
Keeps hand full so he doesn't discard cards he needs. And work through his deck, put events in that discard pile. I think that's basically the only chance he's got now.
I get it.
Well, yeah, Bugle needs to find a way to get that misfire back, and then he's basically won.
No, I didn't even see it. I was just messing with it. No,
No, because that's my weapon. It's not even ground.
yeah, yeah.
So I put up first, I put up spoons, and then I just put up
I'm
on
gonna ready and gain AT.
I would be surprised if this deck even won a game because it's just.
Ivory is now just discarding all of his Sonic Rain Booms.
Rain Boom.
I think that's all of them. Which, I mean, he understands that he's not gonna win that way this game.
No, like
So why not?
honestly wasn't even trying to.
Okay.
Excellent. I can pay one less to play the Stinky Sun.
How long?
No. What's fun is memeing.
Time in round was 7.5 minutes.
Did what I wanted.
Arcat just told us.
We're going to play that Pinky Sun.
Which is advantage. Well, Bugle is ahead right now. I think Ivory. I mean, well, it depends how long Bugle takes to do his turns. But Ivory, well, can at least draw out his deck before 7.5 minutes have gone by.
So you want to go visit Winter Hall again?
Doctor to get the Magicite back.
You're gonna get food.
Not needed at the moment. Although he can, well, put something else on top of his deck.
Depends on what we have and what people want to do and what other people are
Okay, I can always go Winter Hall later. I'm more than happy to go later.
Use another Hooves to actually see a new card. That is a cracking the case.
Oh, right.
There are no more troublemakers in your deck.
I can respond to people.
You got this.
I wish I could shuffle.
I really hope they get the joke though.
Don't know if there's any
Okay.
cards in his hand right now that actually wants to get discounted.
Okay.
This is the one who caused it.
To move Doctor.
Yep.
Yep, moved, so he can confront.
Perfect.
Yep.
I don't know if I remember this correctly. Did they also sign the banana?
That time I caught his point.
They just volunteered, but I did not arrange that.
No, I'm just
I have a
saying,
lot of
They did
cards.
sign the banana.
Should be
Exactly
10, right?
9.
Or 9, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Which side's 1?
This side is one.
that was
0, so it didn't matter. 7.
that was pretty funny actually.
Then 4.
Okay. 2 immaterial discards.
Still haven't hit anything to Destiny Drain.
Yeah, Bugle will Destiny Drain. Spontaneous Song and Dance if it hits the discard. Living to Laugh if it hits the discard. And then that would be game over.
We had so many of those. We had a whole palette of different.
Legacy Leech if it hit the discard as well, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Just send me a
Well, yep.
message when you guys.
Ivory is well aware.
I'm gonna visit the.
He just needs to keep drawing cards, discarding events. That's his chance.
Yeah, so like where we go to the room, it's across from that elevator.
Oh, that's close. Okay. I'll be right back then. Hello.
The classic Harmony match. A lot of tension. The current curve of the game favors Bugle, but combo is, well, goes in spurts.
Meticulous to bottom.
Oof.
Revealing.
Bugle, well, I mean, he shouldn't. Yeah, didn't even need to look at that card. Knew he wanted it on the bottom of his deck. It is actually an interesting situation for Bugle. I mean, he knows what he needs. He sees that discard pile for. Okay, he just passes and confronts, I think. Takes us into 4 AT per turn.
5.
Individual matches. Shared card pool for your.
Hold on a second. That's all my entry. I concede.
Okay.
All right, and that's it.
I was trying to go for the L2L finish
L2L, yeah.
with the vote, which you actually just got rid of.
Right.
Oh well. I thought I had more time than I actually did.
And yet another deck is
I mean, double pairs, right, puts you on a clock.
constricted
Yeah.
by yellow Parasprites. Which means, if I recall correctly, that means Bugle is 3-0
Yeah, I got lucky with the Discord.
and will be the winner of this tournament.
I guess I thought it was.
And I'm pretty sure the other matches have all concluded by this point. It's generally a safe bet that Bugles will be the one that takes longest, meaning that should be everything. So presumably we'll have the standings ready, give you two on stream. Otherwise, pretty sure we were going for 3 rounds. So that will be the conclusion of gameplay today. Thank you very much for coming out and watching. Appreciate your own thanks, Animoy. Yep. Yeah. What is that they're getting?
First place, same as
Field
second.
product of some sort. That Friends Forever?
Oh, you guys finished?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have any other packs other than this?
So I
I've
think
got
that's the
Sequestria
stream.
on me.
Can I have that instead?
What?
Can I have that instead?
Okay. So yeah. Not sure if we're gonna get the results here or not. But as stated,
Team sealed?
thank you all very much for coming out.
Yeah.
Let me find the schedule here for you.
Whatever.
You don't stream the building part, but you stream the playing part.
The building part date is free right now.
Wait, what?
We're off the hotel Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of like this is the first time that's ever been a possibility.
I mean, we're also dependent on how quickly they catch that.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to make
This is the other person you need to be trying to hack out.
Radio. So yeah, just as a reminder to you folks, the core Swiss rounds will be starting at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. That's local. That's Pacific time. So that's 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern. Let me see here. That will be it's 7 hours to Greenwich, so
Oh.
9:30. That's 4:30 p.m. UTC.
You're rude.
Oh.
It's a day shift.
Oh.
Whose card is this for? Or whose back?
Kevin.
Oh. Apologies, Ivory. I actually wasn't looking. Only caught the end of that.
Trading traditions, which
But
slower.
that's happening on stream.
Remember when Colgate took a video of trying
But anyway, yes.
high ground?
4:30 p.m. UTC. Our European friends. That's when core will be starting tomorrow, and then running for a long time with some significant breaks. If you want to catch just the top cut, that'll be 7 p.m. Pacific time. I guess that's 2 a.m. Europe, I think. Well, 2 a.m. UTC.
A little too good, one might say.
I have Sequestria if you want to trade for those.
Well, I already have in mind, so.
Otherwise, yeah, just wait here to see if we can have the... Oh, okay. Cheese is telling me that the stream is going offline. So, fair enough. So yeah, appreciate everybody for coming out. Thanks for a beautiful Harmony tournament. And Hithrock and I will see y'all tomorrow. That'll be me signing off.